Irate parents are starting to arrive at Sans Souci Girls High School in Cape Town. This as trouble is brewing at the school after matrics were reportedly locked in the school hall. Protests broke out earlier as matrics were barred from entering the school grounds. Pupils allege ongoing racism and discrimination at the girls' school. Learners say they are given demerits for speaking Xhosa. Others say that after the matric dance, they were sent into isolation for having braids. Meanwhile, the school is reportedly only letting colored learners into class while barring black pupils. ANN7 reporter Nasipi Same joins us live from Cape Town. Nasipi, good day and thank you for joining us. Now, just for the benefit of our viewers, could you kindly just brief us as to what the current condition is like over there in Cape Town?
A very good afternoon to you, Lerato, and the viewers at home. The mood is a bit somber now, but a few minutes ago the students were protesting, and we've seen some very emotional students. But now I am now joined by parents who came to support their children in the protest. Mama, can you please tell us how are you feeling about the hair and language policy, the fact that the children cannot speak their home language on the school grounds, and the fact that they have to tie their exotic hair, tame the exotic hair?
The time we applied for the school here at Sans Souci, we were told that the hair must be 2 centimeters above the collar, but we're not sure how other students are treated about their hair being long and tied up. And there are a lot of things that are happening at school. That's why I decided to come and support my child here at school. Our children are called names. Our children, like yesterday, the teacher, the Afrikaans teacher, swear at them while they were greeting her in the morning. So there's a lot of things that are happening at school. The governing body here in this school, they don't even have children that are going to this school. We are the parents for the sake of paying the fees, and that's all. We don't have any views about the school fees and so on. So Sans Souci Girls is just something else that I cannot explain.
And then Alice, we spoke to your daughter earlier on and she was told that her hair is too thick. What is your take on this?
I love my daughter's hair, and the thickness and coarseness of her hair is part of her identity and representative of our beautiful black nappy hair. As you can see, I'm a mom who very much is against the idea of straightening hair. I myself wear dreadlocks. So I'm not in the movement of being changed into Eurocentric or looking Eurocentric. And I promote the idea of being more natural. And at home, I'm very open with my daughter about understanding and appreciating her blackness and where we come from. So it is very disappointing at this day and time that you find that there's a school that is not moving forward in terms of where we are going with the country. And all of these things that we are talking about are quite critically important because we have the bedrock of the Constitution, which is supposed to protect and be representing all of these grievances that these children are bringing forth and speaking against it. And I think it is wonderful that our children at this stage and age already are being vocal about themselves and standing up for themselves. Hence, both parents, as you see here, we've taken our time to support our children because we have felt the frustration that they have. And indeed, yes, it's a very oppressive system. And I want to say, very disappointing for the Department of Education to allow this to continue for this long. It goes to show that really in South Africa, the education department is so insufficient and lacking that it is supposed to be the department that is on top of issues like this, because we are here bringing our children and developing them to be representing themselves as leaders in a global world. And if they are being oppressed in this way, their self-esteems are being broken in this way, and there are still schools in South Africa that are operating in this manner, something is wrong with our education system. And I think that it is a wonderful time that all these things are happening, because we have to be accepting and focus the lens a little bit deeper to see that there's a wave of change that's coming in terms of education. And this time, it is not the parents that are running with it. It is not the older generation that's running with it. It is our born frees. And I'm saying black hair matters. And for me, as an African that has experienced what oppression is, and coming from a nation of persecuted people, I cannot allow something like this to happen. So I'm saying, I'm calling upon all other parents to stand up and support their children and to bring about change in the school. But at the same time, Sans Souci also has to be aware that the education of these children is critically important, because they are protesting and they are delaying with the process of crisis management and how they are going to address the situation. I have personally asked them what is their plan, what is their timelines, who have they put in place in terms of initiating whatever change or discussing these processes of change that come about to the pupils and to the parents, so that we know, because we are also affected. Hence, every day it looks like now there's going to be protest marches that are going to be happening. That means it's stealing away their learning time. What is the Department of Education doing about this? We want to know. And I'm saying again, change has to come about. And we parents are standing and supporting our children, because we have been having this problem with the school. And I'm saying, parents in future must be very aware of where they take their children, because Sans Souci was very good in promoting itself in terms of the values and the way in which they educate their children. But I realize that they are still an imperialistic school. They are still a very much a school that was still has those values that are embedded in that apartheid era. And most of the teachers that are here are employed in such a way that it works hand in hand together with that vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I read the code of conduct, and there's words that screamed out to me like exotic hair, and I was told by your daughters and her friends that some of them were told that they should tame their hair because it's too exotic. What is your take on exotic?
It doesn't sit well with me. Reason being, ever since my daughter was here, since 2014, she has to cut her hair, grew up the afro, and now the relaxer. Now they will tell her every now and again that she must tie up the relaxer. That name doesn't sit well. It's our hair, we black, we having these hairs. It's the way we were created.
Thank you so much. That was the parents of the students at Sans Souci Girls High were saying that they are for the protest, and that the school is very imperialistic. And we saw earlier on students from Claremont Girls High coming to support the girls at Sans Souci Girls High. That is all from me. Back to you in studio.
Nasipi, before you go, I just want to find out the developments on some of the story as reported earlier, that we understand that some of the students were not allowed, in class, except for reportedly the colored learners were allowed in class while blacks were being barred. And secondly, also that the matriculants were locked up in the hall. We just want to find out what the status is in that particular thing.
We did speak to the students, and there was one who actually got emotional because they were going to the bathroom, and all the doors in the school and the gates are all locked, and the children are put in isolation, as the school says. So they went to the bathroom, and just before they entered the bathroom, one of the teachers said that no, only these kids can go into the bathroom, and the black child was put aside and she could not go into the bathroom. As of now, what is happening, the children have moved off the sports field, and I'm not sure what is really happening. I will follow up with updates later on.
That was Nasipi reporting live from Cape Town, giving us the developments of what the status is like outside the Sans Souci school.